Hi and welcome back to the channel. So today I am having a look at my Soundbox pack which I have created but unfortunately will never be able to release because Heavyocity said that I am not allowed to give this away for free. So that's a bit of a pain because I had spent a bit of time on it before I contacted them. So I started creating this pack for Soundbox called Vocalized, and it's obviously based on my Vocalized 2 sample pack that I was giving away for free on the store, so I've had to take that down as well. So if you have got that, then you can try this out yourself. I contacted Heavyocity and said I've started working on an AudioModern Soundbox pack using my Vocalized 2 sample pack called Vocalized, and another creator suggested I contact you before release in case you had an issue with this. The pack will be given away for free, as is the Vocalized 2 pack, so I'm assuming you will be okay with this once it's finished. So yeah, so their reply was, thanks for writing in. The end user license agreement strictly prohibits the use of our products in the creation of sample packs, paid or otherwise. It is not permitted to use the content from our products in a sample set. Even though I am promoting Heavyocity and Vocalized in particular, they are not interested in letting me do this. So yeah, so that's a bit of a shame, I have to say, because it is sounding quite good. So yeah, so I'm going to carry on and just show you how to create your own sample pack. What I did was, if I click in here, I've got my Vocalized pack cover there, and these are all the presets that I've done. So basically they are all one sample. So the kind of idea was that you would bring in these presets and then you can select them from these other menus. And as you can see, I kind of used the escapes, some solos, the rhythmic pedals, the phrases, motifs, and the vowels, and yeah, I had done quite a lot of work. So this first one is an actual multi-preset that I've done. So I had just started doing some of these when I thought, right, I better contact them. Yeah, so I was speaking to Ergo about this, and because he's working on a pack as well for Soundbox, because he obviously creates his own samples, so it's not going to be a problem. And he said, oh, you're probably going to have an issue with this. And I said, well, I'm giving it away for free. So, and he said, well, it doesn't matter. And he was right, because he knows a hell of a lot more about this than I do. So you need the full copy of obviously Soundbox to do this, and you can buy key for it as well rather than buying one of the packs. So most of the ones I had put on C2, C3 and C4 so that you could play obviously different samples. So the way to access the sampler, this wrench icon down here, so if you click on that, this will open up, and as you can see, all you do is just drag your WAV files into here, and then you can move them around to whatever position you want. So like I said, I was using C2, C3 and C4. You can then adjust however many notes you want this to go over. I've kind of been using like 3 or 4 notes because I don't want it to pitch up and down too much. You can either switch the loop on or off. So on the pads, I switched the loop on, and the vocals, I just had them as one shots because you don't really want the vocals looping because you're going to be playing them in and out. So yeah, so if we just preview this, and you can see you can adjust the start and end point, and this is the fade in and fade out. So that's the kind of first one, and then the second one is so yeah, so and you can see I've faded that in, faded that out, and like I said, you can adjust the actual start and end points using that as well, and then you've got fade out and fade in like that. You've also got the volume, the pan, the tune, reverse, sample start, sample end, so you can do it that way as well. And then you've got things like ping pong, start loop, end loop, loop fade, and apply settings to sample, and then apply settings to group reset to default. You can also map sample across the keyboard, select sound from MIDI, and then select the root note. So I didn't map this because I don't want it all pitching up and down. And then once you've done that, you can just save it or save as. So I'll just save that, and it'll ask me to overwrite it, and I'll say yes, and that is it. So I'm using the first layer, which is blue. So you can see on my virtual keyboard here. So you got C, D, E is the other sample. So there's like 4 notes for each one, and then F and G, and then that's it. Nothing after G. If I wanted to, I could bring in another one. So I'll go to one of the other presets. So Holodize is a pad, and then, so we've got a move-in vowel. So let's have a listen to a move-in vowel. So the idea was you could, you know, bring in one that you like from the presets and then select something else from here. So I've left these all switched on. I mean, you can just switch them off if you want, but I thought I'll leave them on because you're probably going to be adding in something else. So if we clicked in this one, and then all my other presets are there. So put in, say, a Did I Stutter pad and bump up the volume a bit for that. That's going to come in at C3. So we can have a quick look at that. So you can see that's actually just 3 separate notes. And then we can bring in the vocals at C4. So that's it, the pads are going to loop. Is kind of the idea, or was the idea, but unfortunately it'll never see the light of day. It's a bit of a shame because I really like my graphics as well. That's how you do it. So like I said, it is fairly straightforward, and then you can go in and edit this as well. So if I go in, you can pick all your colors, you can put in a bit of text. I've put cinematic vocals reimagined, including pads, phrases, motifs, scapes, pedals and solos. And then you've got colors. So I've picked those kind of colors. So that's the bottom color, this one. And then these are the colors for my layers. So yeah, so the main background is kind of this. It works in kind of like 4:3 format. Like I said, this one is just a square image. And you can either have a logo or whatever you want in it. I've put a kind of wee logo in it as well. You can export, or you can export and lock. So it means that if you export and lock, then you can't access those samples that I've used to kind of create your own pack from that. So if you straight export, then you will be able to kind of play around and see those samples in the range section. You could go in and edit those as well. So yeah, so I'll just play some of the other ones that you're not ever going to hear apart from in this video. Try one of the motifs. And this is quite a few. So there's kind of 5 different samples, and they're going obviously a few notes. So most of them are 4 notes. So they're not like pitched completely out. I wasn't really sure about it. I probably would have changed this actually and just cut these down to maybe 2 samples because I think it's going to be too much. It's a real shame because Vocalized 2 is certainly my favourite vocal kind of instrument. You can see how easy it is to do. Like I said, you just drag them in and play around with them. And you can also adjust the velocity here as well. We'll have a scape. Let's try scapes 2. See what that sounds like. And we are C2 again. Right up to C4. So there's probably 5 of these as well. Yeah, you can see that one. Well, that was probably going on a bit lower actually. Let's try this one. How's it? So that goes right up to, because you can kind of get away with it with these. Because they're not actually singing words, that you can get away with just kind of these vocal scapes and stuff. But maybe, I mean, for instance, like I said, we could just take that down, maybe just to there. We could take that one down and then just take that one down to there and then just, you know, leave them a bit shorter. So. So we'll save that, yeah, we'll just save that and then just see what that like. So you can see this line is now down here. So it's going to finish off, yeah, around about, what's that, F, going to finish around about G. So I never put on any effects on these or anything. I just left them as straight samples. So this is the first kind of multi that I did, was the light that shines. This has got effects. So if we go in and have a look and just see what this one is. A reverb on layer 2 and delay on layer 3. And then I have got some vector going on. The circle's going on there. And I have got nothing on the master. So for instance, we could put on the limiter on the master and leave that, and we'll see how this sounds. Vector modulation going on here. So we'll just see what this sounds. Layer 3 is going to go up to C4 just about. So the volume's going to come in and out as the vector goes round. So we can just have a wee look and see. So there's 4 samples on that one, and 5 samples on that one. So there's quite a lot going on. So that is how you can create your own pack, but obviously not with Heavyocity's software. So I thought I'd just show you how to do this, since I didn't really want to waste all the time I'd spent doing it. So as usual, if you have enjoyed these videos, please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in the next one.